Batting out of order can be one of the most intimidating situations for a new umpire working the plate. But if we understand the keys to enforcing this rule, it becomes reasonably easy to understand and enforce properly. And the good news is, this rule and the procedure for its enforcement is the same at every level of baseball. So understanding it once will prepare you for it in any game you work. So we'll comprehend this complex rule by first examining the NFHS rules, and after that we'll break down this week's case plays. Now, if you want to see how well you can do on this week's quiz before reviewing it with me, you can find a link to it in the video description. Hi everyone, Patrick Farber from GHSA Baseball, Umpire Development and Umpire Classroom, where we help umpires develop their knowledge and skills. If you're new here, please subscribe to our channel and check out the rest of our videos. Also, if you want next week's case plays emailed to you, there's a link in the description to sign up. Let's start by breaking down Rule 7-1-1 line by line. Each player of the team at bat shall become the batter and shall take his position within a batter's box on either side of home plate in the order in which his name appears on the lineup card as delivered to the umpire prior to the game. The first part clarifies that the only batting order that matters is the umpire's. If the team provides an incorrect copy to the opposing team, to the press box, or even to the plate umpire, whatever they give to the umpire at the plate meeting is the official lineup and is the official order they must bat in. The rule then continues, this order shall be followed during the entire game, except that an entering substitute shall take the replaced player's place in the batting order. A batter is in proper order if he follows the player whose name precedes his in the lineup, even though such preceding batter may have batted out of order. So the first line was pretty simple. You bat in the order the entire game, unless a substitute enters, in which case they bat in the place of who they replaced. The second line is the most important part. A player is in proper order so long as he follows the batter listed in front of him on the lineup card. Next, the rule reads, an improper batter is considered to be at bat as soon as he is in the batter's box and the ball is live. When the improper batter's infraction is first discovered by either team, time may be requested and the improper batter replaced by the proper batter, with the improper batter's ball and strike count still in effect, provided the infraction is detected before the improper batter is put out or becomes a base runner. An improper batter is at bat once he enters the box and the ball is live. Note, an improper batter can only be a player already in the lineup and in the game. Per the substitution rules 3-1-1, if the team has not announced a substitute and that unannounced player takes his position in the box once the ball is live, this is an unannounced substitution, and at this point he becomes the proper batter. Now, when we have an improper batter at bat, either team may call time and request the proper batter be put at bat. If this happens, any pitches already thrown will count and there is no penalty. Because of this, it will usually be to the defense's advantage to let the improper batter finish his at bat. Because if the batter does get a hit or a walk, they can appeal and get an out. But if the batter gets an out without advancing any runners, they can keep the out and hope that they bat out of order the next time around through the order. Also, like most other rules, many coaches do not know the batting out of order rules, so it's not uncommon for a defensive coach to bring this to your attention during the at-bat. And once they bring it to your attention, the batting out of order must be addressed immediately. You cannot tell the coach to wait until after the at-bat so they can get an out. The umpire must correct it when it's brought to their attention. The rule continues, only the defensive team may appeal batting out of order after the batter has completed his time at bat. So during the at-bat, the offense could replace the batter with the proper batter should they notice. But after the at-bat ends, they cannot go back and fix it. The reason is the defense may prefer the opposing team to have batted out of order if it means skipping over a better player in the lineup. Now, let's break down the penalties with batting out of order in Rule 7-1-2 penalty. For batting out of order, a batter shall be called out on appeal when he fails to bat in his proper turn and another batter completes a time at bat in his place. So it has to be an appeal for us to get the out. Even if we recognize the mistake, we do nothing with it until either team appeals. And note that it says a batter is out for not batting in his place and another batter completes the time at bat. It doesn't say the improper batter is out. The batter that should have been the proper batter is the one called out. The penalty continues when an improper batter becomes a runner or is put out and the defensive team appeals to the umpire before the first legal or illegal pitch, or play or attempted play, or prior to an intentional base on balls, or before the infielders leave the diamond if the half inning is ending, the umpire shall declare the proper batter out and return all runners to the base occupied at the time of the pitch. So, like other appeals, appealing a batting out of order after the at-bat ends must be done promptly, such as before the next play or attempted play. Then, when the proper batter is called out, all runners are returned to their positions on base at the time of the final pitch to the improper batter. Note though, Rule 7-1-1 says, while the improper batter is at bat, if a runner advances because of a stolen base, balk, wild pitch, or passed ball, such advance is legal. No appeal will take those advances away. Part 3 of the penalty describes what happens if the defense misses their opportunity to appeal. It reads, when an improper batter becomes a runner or is put out and a legal pitch or illegal pitch has been delivered to the succeeding batter, or an intentional base on balls has occurred, or all infielders have left the diamond if a half inning is ending, and before an appeal is made, the improper batter becomes the proper batter, and the result of his time at bat becomes legal. Part 5 more or less reiterates this point. When an improper batter becomes a proper batter because no appeal is properly made as above, the next batter shall be the batter whose name follows that of such legalized improper batter. The instant an improper batter's actions are legalized, the batting order picks up with the name following that of the legalized improper batter. So take a scenario where B1 was supposed to be the correct batter, but B2 takes their turn at bat in singles. If the defense attempts a pickoff after that, they have attempted a play and it is too late to appeal. This play legalized B2's turn at bat and made B3 the next proper batter because they follow B2 in the lineup. Going back to part 4, when the proper batter is called out because he has failed to bat in turn, the next batter shall be the batter whose name follows that of the proper batter thus called out. So in the previous scenario, if the defense does not pick off, but instead immediately appeals B2 batted out of order after B2 reaches first, then B1 is called out for having failed to bat in the proper position. And since B1 was the proper batter at the time and is the one called out, the next batter in the lineup is B2, so B2 will bat again. To this point, we should avoid batting out of order in this scenario. We corrected the error by the offense after the appeal and should finish correcting this by determining who is the correct batter coming up. Finally, there is a note given at the end of the rule that could happen with a combination of strange mistakes. When several players bat out of order before discovery so that a player's time at bat occurs while he is a runner, such player remains on base, but he is not out as a batter. So if a player is on base and his turn at bat comes up, we simply skip over his slot to the next batter. He remains on base and no outs are awarded. So now that we've reviewed the rules, let's examine this week's case plays. Case play number 1. Vandelay reaches first base on a walk. Pennypacker is the next batter in the batting order, but Varnson erroneously takes the place of Pennypacker. The first pitch is a called strike where Vandelay is able to successfully steal second base. The next pitch is a called strike to make the count 0-2. The opposing team then informs the plate umpire of the batting infraction. Is this A, after the pitch to Varnson, he became the legal batter? B, Pennypacker should take over batting, there is no penalty and the count is 0-2. C, Pennypacker should take over batting, there is no penalty and the count is reset. D, Varnson is out for batting out of order, the next batter is Pennypacker. Or E, Varnson is out for batting out of order and the next batter is Banya. The correct answer here is B. Pennypacker should take over the at-bat and they take on the 0-2 count that the improper batter had received. Case play number 2 covers the same situation, but asks what we do with the runner. Is it A, Vandelay stays at second, or B, Vandelay is returned to first for advancing during an improper batter's at bat? The correct answer here is A. Vandelay will stay at second base because he did not advance as a result of the batter becoming a runner. Case play number 3. Vandelay reaches first base on a walk. Pennypacker is the next batter in the batting order, but Varnson erroneously takes the place of Pennypacker. Varnson is hit in the back with the first pitch. After Varnson reaches first, the defense appeals for batting out of order. Is this A, after the first pitch to Varnson, he became the legal batter? B, Varnson is out for batting out of order, the next batter is Pennypacker. C, Varnson is out for batting out of order, the next batter is Banya. D, Varnson is out for batting out of order, the next batter is Varnson. Or E, Pennypacker is out for batting out of order, the next batter is Varnson. The correct answer here is E. Pennypacker is out for failing to bat in his proper place, and the following batter, which is Varnson, will be the one due at bat. Case play number 4 is the exact same situation, but asks what we do with R1. Does Vandelay stay at second base, or is Vandelay returned to first base? The correct answer here is B. Vandelay is going to be returned back to first base. The reason being his advance was the result of the batter becoming a runner. Since the improper batter was appealed and called out, we move him back to first base. Case play number 5. Hernandez is the first improper batter in the bottom of the 3rd inning and reaches on an error. Kel Varnson erroneously hits next and strikes out. The defense does not appeal and delivers a pitch to the next batter. Who is the next legal batter? Is it Kenny Banya, Bob Sacamano, or David Putty? The correct answer is that Kenny Banya is the next one due to bat. After Varnson's at bat was legalized by throwing the next pitch, the next batter is whoever follows his name in the lineup. That would be Banya. Case play number 6. Lloyd Braun reaches first to lead off the inning. David Putty incorrectly bats next in place of Art Vandelay. David Putty strikes out, and the defense does not appeal. Jacopo Peterman bats next and singles, which advances Lloyd to second base. Is this A, Lloyd is unable to bat since he is on base, he remains at second, his position in the lineup is ruled out, the next legal batter is Art Vandelay? B, Lloyd's turn at bat is skipped and he remains on second base, the next legal batter is Art Vandelay? C, Lloyd is called out at second so he can now bat? Or D, Lloyd is given a courtesy runner at second and he comes up to bat? The correct answer here is B. If a batter's time comes up while he is still on base, then we simply skip over his position and move on to the next batter. Case play number 7. Banya is on third base. Sacamano is incorrectly batting in place of Hernandez. The count is 2-2 with 2 outs. Sacamano swings and misses at the next pitch in the dirt and reaches first base safely. Banya scores on the wild pitch. The defense then successfully appeals for batting out of order. Does the run score? The correct answer here is no. Because the batter runner failed to beat the ball to first base on the uncaught third strike, this results in the third out being at first and no runs can score. Case play number 8 is the same scenario except it occurs with 1 out. Does the run score or is the runner returned to third base? The correct answer here is B. The runner is still going to be returned to third base. The reason being on this play, they advanced because the batter became a batter runner after the uncaught third strike. So with the successful appeal, they're going to have to go back to third base. So there you have it, our review of batting out of order. If you found this video helpful, please share our videos with other umpires, and you can help me produce more content by sending your game pictures and videos to media@umpireclassroom.com. Thanks again for watching, and as always, I look forward to seeing you on the field.